Hello there, baby dolls. A lot of you have been messaging me the same thing. I don't know if you've been speaking to each other. You're all nervous, every single one of you. Well, I'm going to play for you some nice, gentle Halo music. See, what are you nervous about? You know, we've been training for this moment. You knew this would happen. But I know really what's going on. What's going on is you're saying, man, I should have bought Bitcoin, and then at the very, very top, I rotate into the altcoin that's going to go 100x after that, and I bink it. Here's the thing, man. 2 years ago, when I first thought of this scenario where Bitcoin halvening year would be where the real retards come in instead of 2025, when I thought of this scenario, I knew I'd go, wait a minute. If I'm right, there is way too much risk if you are not exposed to altcoins, because you don't know if your altcoins that you want to accumulate, how high they're going to be by that point in time. You have no idea. So the most important part to consider is that in markets, friends, if you could time everything, you'd do it. We know people can't. So what you do is you say, well, I know at some point it's going to be higher in the future. Hope, right? Hope and cope. You go, well, doesn't matter whether I get in 3 months early, 1 year early, 1.5 years early. Now, I know that feels like an eternity in crypto. It does. But on a chart, in the future, it won't look like that. It won't look like it was a big distance at all. It looks like, oh, yeah, you got around in. Sweet. Like, do you guys even care? Well, what's the difference between 2013, 14, 15? Like, that's like, wow, that's a long time ago. It's you. So that's basically what you're playing for. And we just had no idea, man. What if... Friends, here's another thing. What if Bitcoin stopped at 40K and then the altcoins you wanted to buy, what if they were up 3x from now? But you were sitting here from 2 years ago going, well, I got this theory. I'm going to stay in Bitcoin. You had no idea, man. You had no idea. And you know altcoins are very thin. So when they start moving, that's it. You can't bring them back. And you've missed out on all of your opportunity. And that mindset of timing... So friends, I've done these experiments. I've done this. I know, man. And you know the game, friends. If you focus on the timing... you're taking effort and energy away from increasing your bag size. That's how the game works. It goes, oh, I've got this little nest egg, and I've got to time it perfectly. No, you're drinking soy. Timing like that is for soy drinkers, friends. What you should be doing is, like you said, you go, hey, do I need this third car? Can I get an extra job? Can I ask for a pay rise? Do I have stocks I want to rotate in? Do I have any of this excess cash here and there? Oh, I found some money here and there. Can I use some of my savings? One of your friends, man, a lot of people have been doing this. They've got like 20 grand worth of savings. And they go, okay, well, I've got 20 grand worth of savings. Can I take 10 out of that, deploy it now, and then spend the next 5 months or 6 months replenishing that? Because you get to buy your position in now. You're basically leveraging, you're borrowing from yourself only. That's it. A lot of people did that. So congratulations to you. Okay. Now, you just don't know where the prices are going to be at a point in time, friends. That's why in crypto... If you're early, it's painful, but you're guaranteed to win. And you can increase your position size over time. You know why? Because some of you guys you're sitting on, I know, literally some people told me, hey man, some people told me directly, yeah, I had like $5,500 position and I thought that was a lot. But because of you, I got like 25K now. Okay. And see what happens, friends? I got them to go in. And then they've been sitting on it for like another 3 to 4 months. And they're like, can I add another 3? Yeah. And then add another 3 a few months later. And then another 3, another 3. And now they've got like 25K in there. Started from 5. So this baby doll, right, a 40x for him is $1 million. Whereas if he had his 5K, right, 5 times 40 is what, like 200. You see what I mean? So... you can't go back in time and buy these cheap prices. You can't. Crypto's network effects. I've told you, friends, Metcalfe's law. We are not bleeding people out. Crypto, the bubble keeps growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Yes, the rate of its growing is going smaller because there's a limited number of people in the world, but we're still early. But this is the thing. I don't know, and you don't know your conviction levels in the future. We don't know. It's like, friends, it's like, because in markets, they're not like... It's not like an engineering exam where you're like, oh, I know how to build a bridge. You put like 2 cups of orange juice here, you put some fluffy slippers on the stilts and it works, okay? It's not like that. In markets, it's a sport. It's a sport. And in a sport, friends, yeah, you get injured and your body wears away. and you're not good anymore. It's literally that's what markets and investing is. That's why a lot of these hedge fund managers, they do really well for 5 years. Their next 5 years is trash, and then they revert back to the mean. Maybe they're doing like 20% per annum for the first 5 years. Then after that, doing like 3% per annum on average. And then over 10 years ago, oh wow, you are the market average, S&P 500. There's only a few individuals who are able to be anomalies like that. Same thing in crypto. So that's why we play all of these to our strengths. And lucky for you, you found me. Honestly, everyone can go and suck it. Everyone can go and suck it. I don't really care. Because I know, man, I've already told you, I noticed retards are starting to come to the channel, which is, I love you all. Thank you very much. You're the signals. Things are getting started. Just remember, if you're a retard, you're in this channel, you're one of the early retards, okay? You're not one of the late ones. I know I'll tell you when the late ones are coming in, okay? Yeah, but what's going to happen is you're going to see a ever so increasing rate of entitlement from people. Give us this, you gave them this, and you did this. That's what happens happening. And then eventually, when it's time to sell, right? Sell. No one's going to dare utter that word, by the way. It's time to get out. No one's going to say that. No one, right? You'll be hung publicly. When it's time to like de-risk, take profits, secure your financial future, all these other buzzwords, the people who came in late, because remember, you're the earliest 10%. Now we're entering the next 30%. They're coming in. But the final 60% is going to come in. And if you dare say it's time to get out, you know what they'll tell you? Friends, I saw what people did to Ivan. Sir Ivan, the great technologist, friends. I was reading his comment section when he was saying that he's leaving. He's basically exiting. He's winding down. And he winded down a bit early in 2021. But they basically, what I was saying was, they said, you are selfish. You got all the ICOs. You made your 50x, 100x. And now that you've dumped on everybody, you're exiting and you don't want us to win. That's what people are saying. That's what people are saying in the comment section. And I was reading it. I was like, that's the weirdest thing I've ever read in my life. What the hell? Yes. They were saying, oh, because you want to leave the party and now you want to feel comfortable. You're coping. You don't want us to succeed. I'm not joking, man. This is what happens. This is what happens at the top. That is greed. Friends, just like in in fear. Fear is, I feel so bad. I don't have any nuts anymore. They're little sultana beans. I want to exit and click sell. Because the red candle on the screen's hurting me. See that? See how like we're making fun of that? The fear, well, the total opposite is the greed, okay? The fear is, I don't want to touch it. The greed is, I don't want to leave. Stay at this party. It's been 3 days. You haven't brushed your teeth. You haven't eaten in 3 days. You got bags under your eyes. Okay? You got like goo on your hands. You've been sweating on the couch. It's been a long 3 days. You need some sleep. No. You don't want me to. You want me to stop having fun, don't you? Yes, this is what happens. I know. Because we remember everyone like, I don't want to join crypto at all. And now it's going to be, I'm not going to leave under any circumstances. It's going to be the polar opposite. We don't know how long we'll be able to read this for, though. I don't know. Do we have a gift? Am I able to interpret this stuff? I don't know, man. I'm just a peanut brain. This is what I see. This is what I'm doing. Okay? And that's what we're trying to do. You also notice, friends, as we traverse along the cycle, more and more people are saying, tell me, are we going up or down, please? No. And I'm trying to tell you is, look, because we're having fun, I'll draw my random direction of the up arrow or the down arrow. I'll draw my random direction. But then people will hold you to the great status if you get it right, and they'll punish you if they get it wrong. No! It's funny. I'll say, look, I'm drawing this stupid squiggly line. It means nothing. No one can predict this accurately. If it did, we would have done this years ago. See, the thing is, we're like long until euphoria. Like we're like just basically long forever until the sirens are ringing. Yes, that's literally the strategy. But like, I'm wondering, like, hey, how come people listen to the squiggly line part, but they completely forget the 99% juicy, healthy vegetable content, protein source saying we are still long and strong. I don't care if it goes down for 2 or 3 months. I don't care if it goes down for 2 or 3 years. All the signals are telling me to stay long. I stay long. 4-year cycle, inverse, bug eater, yield curve. I don't care. I'm staying long. Okay, they forget that part. But they're like, no, the green candle, the red candle, because it makes sense. People entering now, they have ants in their pants. They're like, oh, where do I go? Because it's funny, friends. I know you're looking at your portfolio, and I know what most of you are thinking. You're thinking what I'm thinking, like, man, these get to buy cheaper prices than me, and Bitcoin's higher. They have more confirmation. You're thinking that. But that's a utopia world. We don't live in that world. The reality of the world is people have their precious $25,000. They're like, oh, everyone's getting rich in crypto. I've got to allocate it. They will like throw in, okay, I put $1,000 in this Hex thing. I put 15 grand in this BitTensor AI thing that's gone up 35x in a straight line. You know what I mean? Like they don't have this conviction. They're the stuff that they like, that they're following and they're hearing about, they're the ones that have ran up the most already. So yes, if your coin does 100x, congratulations from the bottom to the top. What if it's up 40x right now? You're going to get a 2.5 to that top. Congratulations. And what if other things are still down 95% from their top? Like Hex, for example, 20x back to the all-time high. But, you know, people don't like to buy stuff on the low. If they did like to buy in the depression, they wouldn't be here entering now with that middle 30%. They would be buying in the early 10%. That's when we were buying. That's why we planned for this. We planned for this. Friends, do you now see the chaoticness? How much of it is like a random walk, friends? You're drunk and you got a dog on a leash and it's like, whoa, where are we going, Mr. Fluffy? Where are we going? Got no idea what's going on. Bitcoin surprises to the upside. Altcoins, all these things are happening. News events. You can't process all of these now, man. It's too late. It's too late. You process these in 2022. Your friend saw me making all these videos, thousands of posts, 1,800. Friends, 2,200 videos now. That is inhuman. Makes no sense. Doesn't make sense. Yes, it makes sense now. Because I told you, there's 50,000 things they could throw at us, and I don't want to risk this one bull market. You know why? Because there's too many tards coming in, friends. Too many tards are coming in now. That's it. And there's not enough tards who haven't come in. So the ratio of tards to non-tards, yes, it's unfortunately changing in the direction such that we're running out of dumb money. This Bitcoin ETF has been a blessing, though. You really get to see this price action of it. But hey, it's part of it. You know, friends, we spoke about this. I said, look, if they're going to get self-custody banned in a bill, which they still do, they never turn your back on the government. Okay, that's the ultimate goal, is to get the CBDCs and ban crypto. They're going to have to trap everybody. You can't trap everybody by releasing a product and it goes down only. You trap everyone by letting it go up. And then you do it. You know who told me this? DaVinci J15. The only thing with DaVinci is he believed the Bitcoin's price trap target would be $1 million. That's what he thought. He said, if we push it to $1 million, he put this idea in my head back in 2019, I think. 2019, 2020. I remember listening to it. I said, very interesting. And it's actually true. I thought about it. I spent so much time, friends, philosophically, drinking orange juice, training chest at the gym, and doing squats, thinking about this. Go, why would $1 million Bitcoin be bearish? And he's like, oh, because he goes, everybody buys in. Everyone buys in. And then you have the biggest crash in Bitcoin's history. From $1 million back to 50K, it's never dropped 95%. But he goes, guess what? Those people buying on the way to $1 million, that's everybody in the world. And now you only have the 5% of people who are OGs, who believe in Bitcoin decentralization, and 95% of non-believer, the retailer mum and dads with the weird colored hair and all these sniffing farts and stuff, all these weirdos come in. They're the ones who overwhelmingly vote on the side of the government. And when I heard this, I was like, oh my gosh. But that's why he's stuck by $1 million the target. That's what I learned, friends. He's still stuck by, DaVinci stuck by the $1 million target even in 2021. Even though the government tried to do the banning of the stuff in 2022. So that's where I learned. That's why your friend saw me, he learned. I'm like, you know what? All of this could have been avoided if we remove the price target. Because my concept, friends, when I'm making these predictions, oh, what's going on? Yeah. We only care about the price, but the price is the most irrelevant thing. The price will screw you up. It's a magnet. It's like, oh, well, for example, I thought Bitcoin's ETF would appear at 180,000 to 250K. I was hoping it would. Maybe the Ethereum ETF appears. Okay, so you've been along this journey for now. So everybody's waiting to see what happens with altcoins. Bitcoin is thrashed up, but you see all these variables that come out here. What's happening next? No one knows, man. No one knows. I'm just telling you now. We got our mental note. We got our list of the X Factor signals. Coinbase app number 1. Tai Lopez comes back. Andrew Tate releases an NFT or a coin or some sort of crypto grift, okay? Grandmas and grandpas coming in. Shout out to the grandmas and grandpas. We do have grandmas and grandpas watching this. We love you all. Thank you very much for your service to raising the future generation. I want to promise you that we won't let you down, but I've seen some stuff out there. I won't tell you this upset. Yes. Okay. So we have all these X factor signals, friends. And like I said, like, what about if Jim Cramer has an episode where he's like, he spends a third of it on crypto and he's selected crypto? What if he calls for like a huge target at the top? You see, just thinking of all these things, friends, because it'll be amazing. Imagine they just go hit bang, 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 bang. I think, friends, just how it's happening, it might appear where I'm like, warning, friends, I'll just make all these Twitter posts where it's just the warning emoji. Warning emoji just spammed. Warning, warning. Ultra top signal. Ultra top signal. Ultra top signal. Bang, 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 bang. Straight away. All of these. But then it's going to be tough. You know why? Because you will find, and we're expecting this, okay? So be prepared for this. We will find somebody who probably called the Bitcoin bottom, who called for the early Bitcoin rally, who's been right the whole way. At that top, they'll be calling for higher. It will happen, okay? Just like, invert that, friends. What happened at the bottom? The Bitcoin 10K meme was literally started by Richard Hart, okay? It's funny, the crypto industry, you know, all these bears coming out telling me Bitcoin's going to 10K down here. Okay, it was funny. Outside Hex and Pulse Chain, they were talking about 10K. I'm like, you know who made that meme? Richard Hart. Okay, why are you guys talking about this 10K price? You guys weren't talking about that until he started talking about it. I found that very funny. Like, what? You hate this guy, now you're joining onto his meme. That's funny. I wonder if you're going to follow him to the 240K path. So that's basically what happened, right? Richard Hart calls for 10K here. We get down here. This is the funny part, friends. Look where 10K is. Like, who cares? look how right he was. Whee! Right here. And this is where 10K is. Like, oh, wow, you missed this part. But you see, but this part is like, everyone's like, focuses on this part. Look at this. You got this whole part right. Here's the thing, man. What if when we go up here, okay, and then the guy who calls this whole thing says, no, we're actually going to 200. And I'm looking at the chart. I'm like, okay, he's saying we're at like 120. He's saying we're going to 200. He's called this whole move. But all the top signals are appearing. All of them are appearing. Friends, at the bottom, Soy Hoffman was crying. And I'm actually, friends, we've got a Discord emoji of it. I'm going to post it here for you. Here we go. Yes, this is what I live for. Yes. Bottom signal. Bottom signal, sir. If Soy Hoffman was a bottom signal here, I wonder what's going to be marked by the top. By the way, I've already got a plan for you. If we get this mega mammoth series of old seasons, I'm literally taking my pants off here and I'm just swinging it around. I'm doing everything. We're making the top. We're making the top when that happens. But it's not really like for anything else, except it's for your safety, friends. It's to tell you like, oh my gosh, this guy's been talking about taking off his pants at the top, has now taken off his pants. What do I do? You know what I mean? So, like I said, that you can't tell people to leave, friends. Remember what they said to Ivan on Tech? You want us to leave and not make money? No. The better way to think about it is 0% stablecoins is the wrong portfolio. 0% is the wrong one. And then I might have to nudge this a bit. I'll go, also 5% is the wrong one. So that's the mindset we want to have. You know, friends, at the very bottom when Soy Hoffman was crying down here, I was saying 100% stablecoins was the wrong portfolio. I was actually more aggressive than that. I was actually like, I was getting frustrated. I was like, you guys are all wrong. Yes, you're all freaking wrong. But just telling you, okay? This is just helping you along the way. And I already know I can't help everyone because this is the funniest part. I've seen polls of people who had like hot streaks and who call stuff like really well. Like they make call number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right. They're like shot callers, right? I'll just call them that. They like 5 calls right. And then on the 6th call, if it's an extreme, you'll see the polls and they're like, oh, what everyone thinks. And they still don't believe the shot caller. Or they have the opposite view of him. It's crazy. And I'm like, wait, they've seen him have 100% rate. And it's like, at the very, very tops, it's like, friends, we saw this. Everybody thought Bitcoin. So everyone up here, they did the poll, right? They go, what comes next? 100K Bitcoin or 20K? Up here. It was like 80% people said 100K. And only 20% of people said 20. It was that huge amount. So think about it. Everybody watching someone do well, they're still like, oh, 80%. Yeah, we're going to 100K. So what's it tell you? It just tells you your emotions rule everything. That's it. Your emotions rule everything. And the goal is not to fight your emotions, but it's to identify them. That's what I do. I keep observing, friends. You sit there in the corner. Yes, you're observing. You see? It's not about going, I'm happy. Let's go feel sad now. Doesn't work like that. Are you human? You know, at the bottoms, you can't feel good. You just know that, oh, I'm feeling a strategy. This strategy is meant to work. It's not working right now, but it's not meant to work right now. I have to wait a year or two. Guess what? Let's invert that at the top. The top will be, oh, everybody's having fun without me. Everyone's eating jelly beans naked. But I know the strategy says to be exiting because I'll be thanking myself in 12 months from now. That's what it's going to feel like. But it's not going to feel good. And then you exit, and then there'll be another meme coin that launches that does like 400x in a day. Those are the things that go hyper fast, popping up like popcorn and mushrooms. And so I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I'm telling you what I'm doing. And at the end of the day, if you're bored in the depression, you should be doing well too. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Don't forget, it loves to catch you soon.